Oh, hey, what's up? What's this? Oh, you want to know more about Buddies Association, huh? Alright, cool, come with me. Well, for starters, Buddies was first founded in 2015 with only 9 members, and now we have more than 300 official members in UPM. So, the members in the association are known as Buddies. So, and what do we do? So basically, we, in conjunction with Putra International Office, we help plan and conduct various international programs in UPM for both local and international programs. And we too also conduct our own international program in UPM. So if you're really interested more about this, sure, I'll let my friends to tell you more about them.
Hi there! You must be wondering what differs Buddies from other clubs, right? Don't worry, I'll tell you more. So, first, everybody is welcome. Not only international students, but both local and international students are fully welcome here in our club. You will get the chance to know more friends from around the globe. Not only that, we are very friendly. Our working environment is always easygoing, fun, and full of laughter. Last but not least, you will be the first person to get exclusive news and updates about international mobility programs, scholarships, and summer school programs. That is so cool, right? Want to know more? Let's go!
In Buddies, we have cultural exchange program like Sunshine, where you will discover the world's culture. Hi! Dozo yoroshiku. Or you can share your culture with the world in Jom Teh Tarik. In Penang, we call water as ayam. Or we also charge companionship locally and globally, like this program. I'll choose the trips. What time is it?
3.
I'm late. We appreciate art very much. Call us Buddies Got Talent. From singing to public speaking in your third language. Konnichiwa minasan wa chotto matte. Hello? No way. Tell me more.
Hey, you've made it. So, why should you join Buddies? So firstly, you get to learn all about yourself, your strengths, your weaknesses, and how you handle certain situations, which can truly aid you in your future careers. And secondly, developing crucial soft skills, or known as people skills, such as effective communication, attitude, and work ethics. So what are you waiting for, right? I believe that this club is the right place for you to gain all those traits and knowledge. So join us now, and I'll see you at the induction ceremony. Till we meet again, future buddy.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Hello, Alifa. Yes, we can hear your voice clearly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Can I
Yeah, you wanna
open?
try to present first?
Sure. I mean,
Yeah.
just a really quick
Just
one,
for
right?
practice. Yeah.
Sure. Okay, can you see me? Is the angle is according to where I supposed to be in? Is it?
Pardon?
Am I in the right angle, or you want me to move a bit right or left for the camera?
Yes, that's perfect. Or maybe you can
Is it left or
little
right?
bit in front of to your laptop. So
My left. Okay.
in front. Yeah. That's right.
Okay. So is it okay now?
Yeah.
Okay. So I share. Oh, I cannot share my screen.
Oh, wait for a moment. We will make you as a co-host. Yoga. Yes, Alifa, you are already co-host now.
Oh, okay. So so it says here that they will stop the other sharing, screen sharing. So I click yes here.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. I think okay. So oops, sorry. Can you guys see my screen? Is Miss Bella here? I just want to say thank you to her because she helped me with this slide.
You are welcome.
Okay. Oh wait, before that, there is a sound actually. Wait, okay. Screen. Okay. Okay, can you see the screen?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll be. Oops, sorry. I'll be starting and. Lama. Can you hear the sound though?
No.
Okay.
There is no sound.
Oh no. I already shared the. Wait. Oops. Okay.
Ibu masuk.
Hello. Can anyone talk right now?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Wait. Can you listen to the? Can you see? Can you hear the sound?
Malaysia airline, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, great. So it's working. Okay, so I'll restart then. Okay, I'll go off by saying stuff like thank you to the moderator. So I've heard you guys want to know more on how so this sound will play, and I will say, oh, you know what? Let's save it for later. That's our flight. We need to catch our flight, so let's go. Okay.
Okay. Yes.
And then it will play something here. So I'm just gonna be like, isn't it cool? Like we are going to Malaysia, my hometown, and then it would play some few of Malaysia's airlines. Yeah, and then okay. After that, I would say, whew, that was close one. Where are we again? Oh, yeah. Welcome to Malaysia, everyone. So today I'll bring all of you to Malaysia for you to experience Malaysia Ramadan by yourself. Okay, so we'll go here and I'll say, so we talk about Ramadan and there are a few things and then this is the next slide as Bella requested earlier. There is no word in Malaysia that like that. So while we're fasting, we're reciting Al-Quran and watching Islamic visuals and do evening sport. And then this is interpersonal relationships. Basically, it's about family bonding. Okay, and then fasting time. So we have about 3 to 14 hours, and each state has different times. So as I'm actually staying to Selangor, near to Kuala Lumpur, so the dawn will start at 5:55 a.m. and we'll be breaking our fasting at 7:21 p.m. And then the unique charity event is actually one of the things that I think needs to be highlighted in a way. And this is Bubulambuk, by the way. And this is actually distribution of baju raya in general for the orphanage. So basically, this whole slide will a little bit illustrate on how the charity event focus more on the food and the food for Ramadan and the clothes is for Raya. So yeah, compared to the charity event that we usually do, this one is more to the Ramadan itself or the Shawwal itself. Okay. And then this is food. This is the bazaar. And then I will just say about what it's inside the bazaar. So for like this two food is actually one of those things in the bazaar, which my favorite, I think. And I just gonna end the video. Sorry, the presentation by saying that so you have to go now. I'm happy showing you my home and I hope you do too. So goodbye and thank you. So that's pretty much my slide.
Okay, thank you very much, Alipa. Okay. So everything is going well, right? For the presentation and also for the sound, you can share it.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you for your practice.
Assalamualaikum, brother Musab.
Walaikum salam, brother Rio.
How are you doing?
Everything is well, alhamdulillah. How about you?
Doing great. Thank you. Let me introduce you to our fellow colleagues and committees here. We have Mbak Bella, Isabella Milasari, and Mbak Alifah from Sudhya Pranata Catholic University.
Okay, fine.
Hello, nice to meet you, Musa. Thank you
Yeah,
for
welcome.
joining to our event.
Yeah, me too. Thank you so much.
Profita, Mbak. Profita. Oh. Yeah.
Oh, hey, what's up? What's this? Oh, you want to know more about Buddies Association, huh? Alright, cool, come with me. Well, for starters, Buddies was first founded in 2015 with only 9 members, and now we have more than 300 official members in UPM. So the members in the association are known as buddies. So, and what do we do? So basically, we, in conjunction with Putra International Office, we help plan and conduct various international programs in UPM for both local and international programs. And we too also conduct our own international program in UPM. So if you're really interested more about this, sure, I'll let my friends to tell you more about them.
Hi there! You must be wondering what differs buddies from other clubs, right? Don't worry, I'll tell you more. So, first, everybody is welcome. Not only international students, but both local and international students are fully welcome here in our club. You will get the chance to know more friends from around the globe. Not only that, we are very, very friendly. Our working environment is always easygoing, fun, and full of laughter. Last but not least, you will be the first person to get exclusive news and updates about international mobility programs, scholarships, and summer school programs. That is so cool, right? Want to know more? Let's go!
In Buddies, we have cultural exchange program like Sunshine, where you will discover the world's culture. Hi! Donzo yoroshiku. Or you can share your culture with the world in Jom Teh Tarik. In Penang, we call water as anya. Or we also charge companionship locally and globally, like this program. I'll choose the trips. What time is it? 3. I'm late. We appreciate art very much. Call us Buddies Got Talent. From singing to public speaking in your third language. Konnichiwa minasan wa chotto matte. Hello? No way. Tell me more.
Hey, you've made it. So, why should you join Buddies? So firstly, you get to learn all about yourself, your strength, your weaknesses, and how you handle certain situations, which can truly aid you in your future careers. And secondly, developing crucial soft skills, or known as people skills, such as effective communication, attitude, and work ethics. So what are you waiting for, right? I believe that this club is the right place for you to gain all those traits and knowledge. So join us now, and I'll see you at the induction ceremony. Till we meet again, future buddy.
Science without nobility is blind. The core of Universitas 11 Maret logo, which is a head-like shape with a flame in its center, is described as wiku. The term wiku is Old Javanese, borrowed from Pali, meaning an educated noble disciple. The flame, or prabha, in the center of Wiku's head represents the brilliance, wisdom, and nobility of the human mind. The flame also symbolizes the light of knowledge that shines and makes a positive and eternal impact on the world and humanity. Universitas 11 Maret, established on March 11, 1976, is one of the leading universities in Indonesia. Its noble goal is to contribute to the development of the nation through education, research, and innovation that benefits society. Universitas 11 Maret has built its vision and strategic plan on becoming an internationally excellent center of development of science, technology, and arts based on the noble values of national culture, focusing on enhancing its specialized subject areas and on developing its capacity to meet world-class standards. Universitas 11 Maret has established 3 centers of excellence in science and technology. The 3 centers are Center of Excellence in Lithium-Ion Battery Technology, Center of Excellence in Fintech, Financial Technology, and Center of Excellence in Javanology that focuses on the study, development, and preservation of Javanese culture. Universitas 11 Maret is located in the city of Surakarta, also known as Solo. Solo is a very comfortable city to live in, where Javanese culture and modern life combine. The life in Solo, which upholds the value of harmony, has prepared Universitas 11 Maret graduates to be future leaders who are tough, creative, friendly, generous, calm, and adaptive. To achieve the vision of Indonesian higher education, freedom to learn, independent campus, Universitas 11 Maret offers a variety of courses on a wide range of subjects conducted by 11 faculties, a vocational school, and a graduate school. Various library services, such as thousands of print books and ebooks, access to various international journals, and academic librarian assistants are available to support the teaching and learning process and promote the academic achievement of all students, lecturers, and researchers. With a comfortable learning environment, a green campus, and supported by an integrated information system, Universitas 11 Maret has an academic culture that fosters a global perspective and is prepared for Education 4.0. Active and strong international partnerships and collaborations have become an integral part of the university. International partnerships provide opportunities for student and staff mobility, as well as collaborative research and community service projects. In addition to being a center of excellence, Universitas 11 Maret is home to students from all 34 provinces in Indonesia and 33 countries in the world. This creates a multicultural environment that promotes mutual understanding. Embracing diversity and respecting all cultures makes every student feel recognized and valued.
Salamatuko. My name is Suwarna Lavaratina Iren Narson. I come from Madagascar and I study Design Communication Visual. So far, my experiences have been very colorful. On my first semester, I have been through a lot of difficulties, especially with bahasa issue. But luckily, I had the best and understanding lectures ever. They definitely accompany me step by step, so I could be in the same level as my classmates. It's been 5 years that I came and back from this campus, but I've never got tired of it. I've been visiting a lot of big cities in Indonesia, but so far Solo is my favorite one. This city just amazed me by the way it looks, by its people, and especially by the sympathy and friendly way that Solonese people welcome me everywhere I go. I would say that I love living in Solo because I love eating, and food is just everywhere with affordable price. And I would definitely recommend Solo for anyone who wanna come to visit Indonesia. I'm very happy to be a part of this beautiful campus, and I also feel lucky because I could make my studies here, and especially I could meet new people from all around the world. Merci beaucoup, UNS.
My name is Walid Sulaiman Karbous. I'm from Sudan. I feel comfortable during my study in UNS because what I found from the international office, from my classmate, from my lecturer, the environment study, the facilities in campus, everything make me happy and creative during my study in UNS. I'm enjoying my life in Solo. Actually, everything in Solo make you feel comfortable. The people are very kind. The food is delicious. The prices are cheap. The tourist area around the city, everything make you feel comfortable in Solo.
My name is Yuzuna Mao. I'm from Myanmar. I'm studying Master Program of Public Health in Universitas 11 Maret, Indonesia. Studying in Universitas 11 Maret is enjoyable and it is a good atmosphere to study. I got so many chances to contribute in non-academic activities also, so it improved my knowledge about the social and culture of Indonesia. Of course, I have some difficulties during my study, but there are always some helping hands for me. Here I got experiences I think which I could adopt in my country when I came back. Solo is like my second hometown. People in Solo is friendly, polite, and helpful. I feel safe when I live in Solo.
The complexity of the modern world is continuously increasing. We live in an uncertain world where change is rapid and unpredictable. Universities have a pivotal role to play in preparing graduates for jobs that don't exist yet, for technologies that haven't been invented, and for problems that need innovative solutions.
Universitas 11 Maret has three main agendas toward a world-class university. Acceleration in various fields of development is needed by embracing the foundation of UNS, Benteng Pancasila. Therefore, 5 strategic policy pillars were decided.
It is important to understand that flexibility and adaptability are the keys to growth in the rapidly changing 21st century. This is what encouraged Universitas 11 Maret to shift its governance and management to an autonomous public university. With this change, Universitas 11 Maret will have the autonomy and independence to improve the quality of teaching, learning, and research in implementing the 5 development pillars of Universitas 11 Maret to accelerate its transformation process towards becoming a world-class university. Universitas 11 Maret.
Semarang is the 5th biggest metropolitan city in Indonesia. It has been continuously growing among its heterogeneous, tolerant, and peaceful social life. Nowadays, Semarang is famous of becoming one of the most considered city for education. One of the pillars of higher education in Semarang is Unisula, Sultan Agung Islamic University. It is one among the universities located in the city. It was established by Sultan Agung Wakaf Foundation in May 20, 1962. Unisula offers a comprehensive Islamic-based educational concept through Islamic academic culture as its education strategy. This is believed to be an educational concept that meets the need for recent education, focusing more on knowledge transfer. During their study in the university, the students are educated to strengthen their Islamic spirit and science and technology through education for Aqidah, worship and moral, through congregational prayer, Islamic dressing, Toharoh, exemplary, strengthening Iqra spirit, developing science and technology based on Islamic values, Islamic learning society, and science and technology appreciation. By generating an excellent, faithful, competitive, and competent generation, this educational breakthrough is expected to be something that can meet the recent challenge. Unisula has various excellent facilities, including having a modern library accredited A, which plays an essential role in the process of building the pillar of Islamic learning society development. As academic main support, the availability of laboratories are significantly needed. Unisula puts great effort to meet the needs and make it as priority to continuously develop. A very representative Islamic boarding house is available for students coming from other cities, especially those majoring in nursery, midwifery, and history of Islamic civilization. Umanisa Food Court serves the need for students upon food. The cuisines are varied where students can select. This is likewise facilitated with Student Entrepreneurial Center. University Mosque, or popularly recognized as the Mosque of Abu Bakar As-Sagaf. Teaching Hospital, which is integrated with Sultan Agung Islamic Hospital, has become one of the excellent facilities admitted of its excellence in service. To nourish passion and talent of students, Unisula providing various student activity units such as Mapala, Taekwondo, Tarung Derajat, Pencak Silat, Indonesian Red Cross, Islam Practicing Student Activity Units, Art and Culture Group, Menwa, Scout, and many others. As world-class university, Sultan Agung Islamic University has become a choice for students from other countries to pursue their education. Unisula is also proven to be successful in taking their students or graduates to continue their further education in overseas universities. In order to be skillful in international languages, Unisula has also facilitated their students with international language program of selections such English, Arab, and Korean language. In April 2016, students of Unisula gained a remarkable world-class achievement on winning robotic competition held in Trinity College, USA as the general champion by defeating other contestants from China, Israel, US, and some other countries. Unisula is greatly supported by expert lecturers in the fields. Professor is Imam Wahyudi DEA, an expert in the field of water management, is one among many professors working in this university. During his employment, he has contributed to the establishment of the first Delta Center on climate change in Indonesia. With all the competitive excellences, it is expected that the graduates will succeed to respond and win the tight competition in this recent global era.
Okay, so dear ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Cultural Talk Ramadan Around the World series, Unity in Diversity, Peace and Tolerance, second session, hosted by Sugio Pranoto Catholic University. Hello, everyone. Welcome once again to today's event. It is truly such an honor for me to participate on today's event. And thanks to God that we can finally be here in a good condition and also in a good health. Well, of course, this event is going to be very interesting and this event is going to be very insightful. And of course, we're going to get a lot of new perspectives because we're going to talk about Ramadan around the world, especially in Libya, in Malaysia, and also in Japan. So stay tuned from the start until the end. Don't miss anything because we are going to get a lot of new perspectives from a lot of countries, of course. Okay, so before we are going to start to the main station today, I'm going to introduce myself first. So my name is Estrina Semeni Harumining Tias. You can call me Erin. And I am an undergraduate student from the Faculty of Psychology at Sugio Pranoto Catholic University. And I am also a faculty delegate for the Student of the Year 2020 at Sugio Pranoto Catholic University. Once again, it is truly such an honor for me to participate on today's event. Well, ladies and gentlemen, in this beautiful moment, I would also like to welcome our honorable guests and also our honorable speakers for today. So the first one, we have Mrs. Angelica Riandari, SSMA, PhD, as the Director of International Affairs and Cooperation Office at Sugio Pranoto Catholic University. The second one, we would like to welcome Mrs. Riana Permatasari, MA, MPD, as the head of Office of International Affairs at Sultan Agung Islamic University. And then we have Mr. Rino Anugroho, PhD, as the head of Universitas 11 Maret International Office. And we will also like to give a warm welcome to our honorable speakers for today. The first one we have Ms. Nur Alifah Ilyana binti Mohsarihan from University of Putra, Malaysia. The second one we have Mr. Musab El Nefati from the Faculty of Industrial Technology, Tripoli, Libya. And the last one, our honorable speaker, is Mr. Rizky Adi Yanuasari from Kokushinkan University, Tokyo, Japan. Okay, welcome once again, dear ladies and gentlemen, especially our honorable guests and also our honorable speakers for today. All right, so before we're going to start the main session for today, it's time for us to hear an opening speech presented by Mrs. Angelica Riandari, SSMA, PhD, as the Director of International Affairs and Cooperation Office at Sugio Pranoto Catholic University. So without further ado, to Mrs. Angelica Riandari, the time is yours.
Okay, hello. Thank you very much, Erin, for the introduction. Okay, dear Mrs. Riana Permatasari, the head of Office of International Affairs, Unisula, and then Dr. Rino Nugroho, the head of UNS International Office. And dear speakers, I saw here Rizky Adi Yanuasari from Kokushinkan University, Tokyo, Japan. Hello. Okay. And then I also see here, pardon my pronunciation, probably it's wrong, Musab El Nefati from Faculty of Industrial Technology, Tripoli, Libya. Hello, Musab. Okay. All right. And then here we also have Nur Alifah Ilyana from University of Putra, Malaysia. And dear participants, I think it is a really great moment for all of us to be here together in the second series of Ramadan around the world. This event is a collaborative event initiated by Sugio Pranoto Catholic University, Universitas Negeri 11 Maret, and also Sultan Agung Islamic University. Okay, so I'd just like to express my thanks for those whoever initiating this event. For this year's series, we have the theme of unity in diversity, peace and tolerance. Okay, in our first talk, I remember 2 weeks ago, we learned about Ramadan in Bahrain, and then in USA, and also in Netherlands. Personally, I found the experiences of the speakers shared in the talk were very fascinating. I always believe that learning and understanding cultures can change the way we see ourselves and also others and the world around us. So, by learning other cultures, we can learn to be more tolerant, and then and also can establish peace later on, because we really understand all the attitudes and cultures and based on their background. In today's talk, we are going to listen to speakers coming or living in 3 different countries, Malaysia, Libya, and Japan. I hope today's talk can enrich our understanding of other cultures, so that we can unite together as one unity in the world, not separated or segregated because of the different culture, because we are here together to learn and to be part of the global community. So I just like to wish you all a very successful talk. Enjoy the talk. Thank you very much.
Okay, so thank you so much, dear Mrs. Angelica Riandari, SSMA PhD, as the Director of International Affairs and Cooperation Office at Sugio Pranoto Catholic University, for the opening speech today. Thank you once again, Ma'am Ika. And I would like to say sorry to our third speaker for today, because I missed, that is actually, I should call you Miss Rizky Adiyanwasari from Kokushinkan University, Tokyo, Japan. I would like to say sorry once again.
It's okay. Never mind.
Yes. Okay, so thank you so much, Ms. Rizky Adiyanwasari. And dear ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to go to the next session. Well, our next session, we're going to have a photo session together. So, dear ladies and gentlemen, if you can open your camera, please join with us to open your camera, because we are going to capture this moment together. And dear committee, please get ready to capture our moments together. Okay, I'm going to wait for about 10 seconds to all of you to open your camera. Okay, to show your best smile and get ready for, the photo session today. Okay, so I'm going to wait for about 5 seconds later, yeah? Okay, so there are some of you have already opened the camera. Okay, so I guess it's time for us to take some pictures together. So dear committee, are you ready to capture our moments? Yoga, are you ready?
Okay, I'm ready. Maybe I will
Okay.
start from now. So
Yes.
yeah, 1, 2, 3. Okay, but I will separate first. Once again, okay, give your smile. 1, 2, 3. The last one. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Yoga, for capturing our precious moment today. And dear ladies and gentlemen, thank you for opening your camera, and the photo session has done. And it's time for us to finally start the main session for today. And I would like to inform to all of you that is actually right after the speaker telling their perspective or telling their part, there will be a question and answer session. So right after the speaker, there will be Q&A session. And then to those of you who want to ask some questions or sharing your thoughts, you can write down in the chat box, or you can raise your hand, and I'm going to give you for about 1 minute to share your thoughts while you're opening your mic, or you're, asking some question to the speakers. So that's all that I would like to inform to all of you, all of the participants here. And right now, let's start the main session for today. We have our first speaker for today. We have Miss Nur Alifah Ilyana binti Morsarihan. She is from University of Putra, Malaysia, Malaysia. So without further ado, to Miss Alifah Ilyana, the time is yours.
Okay. Thank you to Mbak Erin and also Ibu Angelica. Okay, so I've heard you guys. Oh, can you hear that? We need to save the script right now, and we need to catch our flight right now. I think it's just very exciting that you guys are coming to my house, coming to my home, where you guys can enjoy the beauty of Malaysia. I can't believe that all of you are coming with me, and hopefully we can enjoy the Ramadan in Malaysia. So it seems that we have unpacked our things. Yo, we almost missed that flight. That was a close one. Where are we again? Oh, yeah. Welcome everyone to Malaysia. So today I'll bring all of you to Malaysia for you to experience the Malaysia Ramadan by yourself. So when we talk about Ramadan, there are a few things from 3 different categories that we highlight the most in Malaysia. So the first one is interpersonal relationships, which I believe Ramadan has endlessly strengthened the bonding. Second is the unique charity event that happens only in Ramadan. And yes, the food. I know we are fasting, but what is Malaysia without food? No, actually, what is any country without food? So I'll give you a glimpse. Just a glimpse. Okay, I try. Okay, so before we start with the 3 things I already highlighted before, we need to know what do Malaysians do while we are fasting. So first off, we always recite the Al-Quran. We kind of have this tradition where we need to finish the holy book in the whole month, regardless where you want to start from the juice one, or you can start from the middle, anywhere that you want to start, as long as you have read that part. Okay, and also you can do it in a solo, or you can do it in a group. So basically, group is formed with your friends. It can be 5 of them, it can be 10 of them, it can be with the acquaintance that you just met. So this whole thing can happen in your house, or it can be done in the mosque. So we also prefer to watch Islamic visuals, as we believe that the holy month is the month where you gain knowledge more about Islam and reflect yourself in many aspects. So one of the things that we usually watch is it's either can be a storytelling show, or it can be just a straight up preach show. So there is a one story telling show that I really love. It's called Jejak Rasul. I don't know whether you guys have heard it or not. It's actually a show that showcase and documented for us how do the prophets live, and how do certain things happen at certain time. It can be included the scholars of Islamic and the rest The preach, on the other hand, is one of my favorite is the Al Kuliah. So I think they have preached in a way that it's not harsh for me to take, and it's very easygoing and it's understandable. Because when we do things in Ramadan, we kind of, it's a reset button. So there's a lot of things that we somehow don't know or we kind of missed out. So it's good to have a kind of show you what it's like from scholar view, but in a easy manner. So lastly, not a lot of people do this, but I've seen a lot of my friends do this. It's do evening sport. So some of us really take um, health seriously. So with or without fasting, we need to exercise, especially when we going to eat a lot while we are iftar. So some of us prefer to do football, and some of us really like to do jogging. But the main point of view is when we're doing it. So we always do it 30 minutes before we break the fast. We don't do it like early because we can't eat or drink after the sport. So we do it like very, very late, 30 minutes before or 20 minutes before, so that we don't really feel, thirsty or tired after doing the exercise or sports. Okay, let's just get into the impersonal relationships. If I can describe Ramadan in 4 words, it would be create and amend relationships. Okay, so because Ramadan has initiated the unknown relationships from anywhere, like what I'm doing right now, I have found a few acquaintances, which thanks to Ramadan. So we are actually sort of encouraged to break the fasting with our family and close friends. I feel like it's a tradition that in Malaysia, we need to break the fasting with your family or especially your parents on the first of Ramadan, if we can. Okay, it's understandable if you cannot, but if we can, we need to do that. Which is why we kind of devastated last year due to the COVID-19 pandemic. We felt a bit distant, but it's okay now since the restrictions has been lifted, and all of us are content, and we are paying a visit to our loved one more than ever. So usually we prefer to break the fast at our home, but once in a while we prefer to break the fast in the restaurant. In fact, you are highly encouraged to either book the restaurant or come at 6 at least. Okay. I'm sorry, I hear someone's talking. Can you mute yourself? I'm sorry. Okay, sorry. Okay, thank you. Where are we again? Okay, so you need to encourage you are highly encouraged to book the restaurant or come at 6 by latest. So otherwise there'll be no seats for you and you have no food to break the fast instantly. So talking about the fasting time, usually in Malaysia we have 13 to 14 hours. So dawn time in Malaysia is 5:58 a.m. And then we break our fast at 7:21 p.m. But this is only applicable for Selangor, as I am actually staying in Selangor near to Kuala Lumpur. Each state has different time. So if the different, how do I say this? The upper the states, the longer the time will be taken for the fast to be broken lah. Okay. And then we have charity event conducted in Malaysia. So what is so different in charity event in Malaysia, and how is it different from the one in Ramadan? So the intention and the group of people are very much different. So compared to the normal charity program, Ramadan charity program focuses more on the food distribution and the clothes distribution to those in need, mostly taking place in the mosque. So as for the food itself, as you can see, it's actually the mosque committee will distribute bobo lambo. It's a rice porridge with that is made with coconut milk, some veggies with the meat and or chicken, and there's some spices in it. So this will be distributed for anyone. So you can also get the food even if you think that you are not qualified to be those in need, but it's for everyone. So not only that, if you go to the mosque and you perform tarawih there, you will be luckily be given a mori. Mori is actually a type of meal where it is given after we perform the tarawih around 10 to 10:30-ish. So it can be either desserts or a main dish. So as a student myself, it's very common of us to combine the more and also the sahur together, because you know students life we are hardly sleep early because we have a lot of assignment to do. But if we sleep early, that's our lucky day, right? So yeah, okay, you might be wondering like why do we distribute clothes and for who and what type of clothes? So we are distributing baju raya clothes for children. So we usually distribute this kind of baju raya for orphanage house for the children. So it can be either the collected fund, charity fund, or a given clothes from anyone. So this is a very common charity to see in Ramadan, and you can always hop into. So I think it's not Malaysian only. I think most of everyone in the world have a soft spot for children, and taking care of children's welfare and ensuring they're happy on Raya is something that is initiative that we take so that they can be happy as much as we when we are celebrating Hari Raya. Next, we're going to talk about food. Okay, I won't focus more on the food. Okay lah, a bit lah. I cannot not focus on the food, but in my defense, it's still part of the cultural Ramadan in Malaysia, and you will see why. So we have this bazaar, and bazaar is actually a word from a place. It's actually a place where we sell merchandise from Middle East, but different with the Middle East. We have this in Ramadan, and it sells a lot of foods. So it's called Bazaar Ramadan. So I honestly cannot emphasize on how much we as Muslim community love this. Not only us, but actually non-Muslim community also love this bazaar. It's like heaven of food. Everyone's waiting for this bazaar actually. And it's like a race, okay? If you come later than 6 p.m., there's no food for you. And even if you're there by like 5:50, it's like a very crowded place for you to even move in. It's very hard for you to move. But thank God to the COVID-19 restrictions that we're having right now. So it gives some people some space to move. But otherwise, it would be so hard to squish in that you really need to, how do I say, it's like to really push yourself. Otherwise, you won't move. So one of the foods in Bazaar Ramadan is roti jala. We also have nasi goreng, kuih goreng, and we also have nasi kerabu. Like it's a nasi kerabu. It's actually blue rice that has that actually a Kelantanese traditional food, and the list goes on. You can have from various nasi. Also, we also have it's called nasi hujam panas. It's actually a colorful rice. Okay, so but having said that, I'll show you my top two favorite dish from Ramadan. The first one is actually roti jala. It's actually made of flour and some butter or coconut milk for the yellow one. And aside from that, it's actually a chicken curry. It can be a meat curry or chicken curry, but usually they use chicken curry. And this is very common actually. You can get it from any bazaar that you go to. And the second one is actually nona manis. This nona manis is actually you can see the white one, this one. Okay, it's actually made of coconut milk, wheat flour, and actually sugar. So it's very sweet for those who have sweet tooth like me. This is a recommended dessert for you from Malaysia. It has a bit sense of daun pandan, if I would say. And sadly, you have to go now. I'm happy showing you my home, and I hope you do too. So goodbye and have a safe journey. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you so much, Ms. Alifa Ileana, for the first station today. It is such an interesting, thing that you can share to us. Okay, so there's one question from the chat box first. I'm gonna read it for all of the participants here and also for the speaker. So there's a question from Muhammad. Can you repeat, please? My network was gone, so I couldn't read your chat. Oh, so does Muhammad ask about the chat? Okay, so I would like to inform once again about the question and answer session. So if you want to ask something, you can write down your question in the chat box. Or if you want to open your mic, you can also raise your hand first. And I'm gonna give you for about 1 minute to ask the question that you want to ask. And also you must open your camera too, if you want to discuss with the first speaker today. Okay, so Miss Alifa, back to the Q&A session, back to the question and answer session. Well, it is very an interesting topic that you shared to us, especially about the Ramadan in Malaysia. So there is one question that I want to ask Miss Alifa. How should I call you? Miss Alifa or Kak Alifa or Mbak Alifa?
Yeah, can you just call me Alifa though?
Okay, just call
Just
you
Alifa.
Alifa. Okay, so Alifa, there's one question that I want to ask. So I noticed that there are many food bazaars in Malaysia during Ramadan month. So in general, would Malaysians rather cook their food for iftar or just buy it in the food bazaar? That's the question that I want to ask.
I think it's well, I think most of us recently prefer to cook it, but it's undeniable that there is a lot of food in bazaar. So what bazaar offers, they prone to offer the sell the dessert more than the main dish. So because we are prone to cook by ourselves for iftar.
Okay, so cook by ourselves. So that's the answer, yeah, Alifa, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so I want to ask like a bit about you personally. You often cook your food for iftar or not?
Okay. Okay, I can't lie. My friends are here. I always buy my food because I'm actually staying in college. But even if I have the accommodation, even if I have the utensils and all, I think I would buy because I enjoy bazaar food very much. So I would just buy.
Buy it. Okay, so you enjoy bazaar food very much rather than cook by yourself. Okay,
Yes.
that's an interesting answer from Alifa. Okay, so there's one question in the chat box, Alifa. Let me read it for you. So there's one question. Hi, Alifa. Does the pandemic change what Malaysians do during Ramadan?
I think it changed a lot of things, and since we are just trying to recovering from pandemic, so what can I share from last year was we everyone is locked down to their own place, and we sort of do more religious things. Like we somehow there is a lot of sharing on what should you do when you don't do when you have nothing to do at a certain time. And also there is no bazaar. Actually, there is no bazaar last year. We can't even so I think most of us cook by ourselves, so which is actually not in a worse way. It's actually good that we cook, but the thing is, bazaar is actually a heaven for those who don't have the cooking utensils and the whole accommodation. So that is actually one of the sad part of people actually breaking the fast with biscuits or just a plain water because of the pandemic. Yeah.
Okay, so the pandemic has changed the Ramadan in Malaysia, yeah, Alifa, yeah. Especially about
Yes.
the bazaar, about the fruit bazaar that you just told to us, right? Okay. Okay, so that's the answer for the first question from the participant. And I would like to ask another question to Alifa. So, Alifa, what is the trend among Malaysian young people in Ramadan this year?
Trend.
Yes.
Is it like a food or any
Some
trend?
trend-
Any trend would do.
Yeah, any trend will do. Right.
I think this year I'm seeing a lot of my friends are going everywhere, literally everywhere, to break their fast with family and friends. But if I would say a trend, I see a lot of my friends going to Putrajaya. There is an opening space there, and they open no, they break their fast there. And also I think there is no such new trend. It's more like we're going back to how we used to be vigorously, because we missed that part and we can't wait for but there is actually something new where we also perform Tarawih in this month. I think everyone that I know perform Tarawih every day, because that's something that we somehow miss because we can't do it in mosque. And then what else? Trend. I think there is no new trend. We just cook. I don't know you guys know or not, but we somehow I don't know if this is considered trend or not, but somehow everyone loves Khairul Aming IG. I don't know you guys are, it's actually a Insta famous account. So he cooks for he gives out a very interesting recipes. So we sort of everyone just sort of like, okay, I can do this, I want to do that, I want to do that. So we sort of seeing him do cooking every day, because he uploads new recipe every day for us to cook for sahur or for the iftar. So yeah, I think that's the trend.
Okay, but there's no a really huge trend, yeah, Alifa, yeah. In a
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So thank you so much for all of the answers that Alifa has just shared to us, dear ladies and gentlemen. Thank you once again for Alifa Ilyana as the first speaker from University of Putra, Malaysia, Malaysia. So thank you so much, Miss Alifa Ilyana, for the first session. And thank you, dear participant, who has already asked a question for Alifa. So right now, it's time for us to move to the next session, to the second session, to our second speaker for today. So our second speaker, we have Mr. Musab El Nefati from Faculty of Industrial Technology, Tripoli, Libya. So without further ado, to Mr. Musab El Nefati, the time is yours.
Hello, everybody. Just let me to share my PPT. All right. All right, here we go. Hello, everybody. I'm Musab from Libya. Hey, I'm Musab from Libya, and I'm going to take you to the most amazing minutes. Firstly, we want talking about Libya in general, so that makes everybody here maybe know something about Libya. Libya is an Arabic country, Muslim country, located in North Africa. Libya is a country rich with natural resources, and it's mixed between a desert and green areas and 2,000 kilometers each along the Mediterranean coast. Libya, it covers with an area 1,800,000 square meters, has a population about 7 million people, all of them Muslim, it's Alhamdulillah. And it's multi-ethnic, including Tabu, Berbers, Circassians, and pure Arabs. Like Indonesia, there are Javanese and Balinese, something like that. At this picture, you can realize that we have here Tabu, like the man who covers his face, and the man is with overright is Christians. Okay, Ramadan, we want to talking about Ramadan in Libya. So the first thing, Ramadan in Libya has a different character than other months. People preparing for it from the middle of months of Shaban and go to the markets to buy the goods to make breakfast food during Ramadan fasting day. You know that we should make shopping for getting food to prepare our meals during Ramadan. The fasting hours in Libya are around 16 hours, and the most of Libyans sit and recite the Quran until time of breakfast, Maghrib praying. Here we go to talking about the food. At the time of breakfast, the family sitting together and at the breakfast table with very happiness and talking how the days passed, how was feeling, talking about the Sira, if you know Sira Nabawiya, talking about everything. This captures about three types of meal, three types of tables iftar in Libya.
Okay, sorry, Mr. Musab. Sorry for interrupting your presentation, but I would like to inform you that is actually the presentation, the slide is still not moving, so we still cannot see until where you explained your presentation.
Not moving?
Yes, it's not moving. It's still in the first slide.
Okay.
All right.
Can we use it like this?
Yeah. Okay. Right now is correct.
Like this?
Yes. You're explaining about food, right?
Okay.
Yes. Yes, you may continue it.
Okay.
And also, oh, sorry, another information, you can full screen your slideshow first so that we can clearly full screen the presentation that you want to share.
Yeah, that's what I do it, but you told me that it's not moving.
Ah, so that's because of you're in a full screen mode. Oh, okay. So let's stay like this.
Is it moving now? Is it moving?
It's still in the food slide. It's in the 9th slide. Yeah.
Not moving.
Not moving. Still in the food slide.
So that's.
Yeah. So if you can.
So you must let it like this, or you can use your copy maybe if you want to.
Sorry. What do you say?
You can use your copy, and maybe I send the copy for you, copy of BBT.
Oh, you can send it to us. We're going to help you. Okay. you can send the file to our committee, and our committee will gonna help you to present the presentation.
Real.
Yes. Okay, you can stop sharing your screen. Our committee will gonna help you. Yes, thank you.
Welcome.
Okay, you can start, you can continue your presentation, and you can tell the committee until, the slide that you want to explain in what slide.
I can change it.
Sorry?
Slides.
Slide, yeah. What number? For the
Yeah.
slide?
Okay. You can number 4.
Slide number 4. Okay.
Yeah. We told that Libya covers an area 1,800,000 square meters, has a population of 7 million people. All of them is Muslim, and it's different ethnics. It's including Tabu, Berbers, Circassians, and pure Arabics. Next one. Next, please. Yeah. Oh, we want to talking about Ramadan in Libya. Next. Ramadan in Libya has a different character than other months. The people preparing for it from middle of Shaban to make to buy goods to preparing the meals during fasting day to have a breakfast. Next. The fasting hours in Libya are around 16 hours, and the most Libyans sit and recite the Quran until time of iftar at Maghrib praying. Next. Okay. At time of breakfast, the family sitting together take a breakfast at the breakfast table with very happiness and talking about how the Ramadan days passed, how it's feelings, how it's hard, how it's easy, and talking about Sira, talking about situation, everything about it. This sitting is family sitting 100% with happiness. Next. Please, next. Okay, the breakfast starts with milk and dates. We can see here milk, we can see here dates, and Libyan people like to make a mixed date with sweets, with nuts, like this pictures. And we can please, and we want going to talking about the meals one by one, the famous meals one by one in next slide. Okay, one of the traditional foods that the breakfast table is not without this called sharba. Sharba, which is a soup containing meat and chickpeas, a little bit of mint, like this picture, what we see. So if you are coming to Libya and get the breakfast in Ramadan in Libya, so no one will give you a table of breakfast without this meal. It's named sharba. So next one. Okay, here we go. Here we have the original Libyan bread with black flour. We call it black flour. Black flour is like I don't know. It's not like white flour. It's Libyan flour. I don't know how to explaining, but it's homemade. No, you can't buy it from outside. It's homemade by our mothers. Next one. Okay, here my favorite meal is brag. Which is vegetable leaf wrapped with a mix of rice, meat, and parsley, and it's amazing. It's very delicious. Mantab Indonesian language. So next one. Okay, this is a button. I made it in Indonesia when I was there last years. So this is my very favorite food meal also, which is two potato slices and between them a mix with eggs and chicken and cheese. But it's very delicious also. You can fry it in oil and put it in the microwave or something like that and to be ready. Okay, next. Okay, Osman, which is Osman. It's maybe you can't explain that, but it's intestines of a sheep or a camel. A camel, it's unta. In Bahasa Indonesia, stuffed with rice and meat and some of contains another contains. Okay, next one. Okay, so but in iftar table, no one gives you that iftar table without yummy pizza, and there's a lot of meals in Libya. Many other meals that vary every day and others. So today we have a pizza, we have a usban, we have a brak. Tomorrow we have something else. So it may be maybe 15 type or something like that. That's 50 types of meals on Ramadan meals. Next one. After breakfast, after we're getting breakfast, the Libyans use it to eat cakes and have a cup of coffee and cup of tea together and sitting together and talking more comfortable after eating and waiting for Isha praying or Tarawih praying. Next. At time of the Isha prayer, the people go out to the mosques to pray the Tarawih praying in Jama'ah, like in the photo. Like Indonesia also, I have been there before and praying the Tarawih in Jama'ah. After finishing their Tarawih, they are going out to visiting each other and have a wonderful night together at too late hours, maybe to 2 o'clock a.m. and leave to their houses. Next one. Next. Libya famous for holding Ramadan tables as a sadaqah. The Libyan call it Mawa'id al-Rahman, which means it's table of Allah or table of Ar-Rahman. It's the families gives the meals to the others and gives to the maybe to outlander people and Libyan people in the streets. So it's free, it's sadaqah, as you know. So that's called Ma'id Rahman or table of Allah. Next. Now I will let you with most beautiful formats that I was talking about, summarize what I'm talking about, and with Eid al-Fitr activities. So I don't know if the video will play with you or not, but just press tab. Okay. No video. The video can't play, right?
Okay, so the committee just informed me that actually we cannot play the video, but
okay, can I share it by myself here?
Yes, of course. You may share it by yourself. Thank you.
Okay, just wait a little bit. Okay. Share.
Okay, while we're waiting for Mr. Muzab to share this video, dear participants, you may ask some questions in the chat box, or if you want to open your mic and ask some questions to Mr. Muzab, you may do that. Okay, that's all. To Mr. Muzab, the time is yours. Okay. Sorry, Mr. Muzab, we still cannot see the video. We're still seeing.
What?
We still cannot see your video. We're still seeing your screen and the video tools.
Really? Sorry.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
Oh, we cannot see the video that you want to share. Can you, or the committee will gonna help? The file is in yours.
Just forget about that.
Okay, so you may continue that.
It's come to play, so we can't forget it next time.
Okay, you may continue.
Yeah, that's all. But in Ramadan, we have cultures like it's different about Indonesia. In Indonesia, the last day of Ramadan, the people go out and celebrating together, and all of the people. But in Libya, no. That's what make me. I like it in Indonesia. Like I was waiting the last day of Ramadan to go out and celebrating with the Indonesian people. Like, okay, and this is in Libya. It's not available. Not available. Tidak ada in Indonesia, in Libya. So, okay, but and next one in Indonesia, I like it. It's like in the time of sahur. You will find someone go, some children go out and sahur like this, but in Libya it's not. Okay, and someone shouting sahur. Libya it's not. It's make these things. Maybe it's someone will say it's easy or it's normal, but it's not. It will make Ramadan is different in your country. But the famous thing in Libya, it's just maybe go out to shopping, go to having a dress for Eid al-Fitr, and make a Mawad Rahman, as I told. It's like breakfast together, visiting the neighbors, visiting that cousins like this. And but you can see that Libya, you can see that if you go out at 3 a.m. in Libya, you will find the people everywhere in Ramadan. 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m., it's fine. But after Ramadan, all of them sleep at 12, 10, 11. That's why the Ramadan is have a soul. It's with it's active soul, I think, as I want to say it, to call it. But next, I think that I enjoyed Ramadan in Indonesia more than in Libya, I think. Maybe because it's my age now. It's like 32 years old. 3 of my Ramadans was in Indonesia. Maybe it was a good a good exercise, maybe. But I have been in Turkey in Ramadan of 2013. It was not like Libya and Indonesia. It's like boring, I think, because if I want to say, but for me, I think the most beautiful Ramadan I have seen it's in Indonesia. I think maybe if I want to call it, that's what I can. If someone want to ask anything, I'm ready. So. And I'm sorry about the video. It was amazing, but that's okay. Any question?
Okay, so thank you so much, Mr. Musab, for the second session today. Maybe for the video, Mr. Musab, if you have if the video is being uploaded in the YouTube, you may share the link in the chat box, because there is one participant who is asking about, is the video available in YouTube? Maybe you may share the link later in the chat box.
In YouTube, no. Maybe can anyone maybe let me send it to Mr. Rio in Telegram if
Okay. Yep. Okay. The video unfortunately is not available on YouTube, dear ladies and gentlemen, but it's okay, no problem. We are going to have a question and answer session, Mr. Musab, Okay, so Mr. Musab just told us that you were living in Indonesia until, not until, but you live in Indonesia for about 3 years. You tell us about that. So in what year? In what year, if we may know?
Yeah, it starts with 2017. Until 2020, yes.
Okay, 2017 until 2020. So, so the last year in 2020 is right after the pandemic or before the pandemic?
No, after graduation. No,
in Indonesia.
After graduation, it with the Corona crisis, I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
So during the Corona, you have your graduation in Indonesia?
No, before. But I stayed there. Yes.
Okay, but before. You say that
my graduation was in 26 April 2019.
Okay, I see. And you stay until 2020, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you say that Ramadan in Indonesia is interesting than in Libya. You told us like that.
Yeah, it's very interesting, right?
Yes.
Very like it. I told you the children in the streets, sahur is, when I left Indonesia and go to my country in Ramadan, when Ramadan coming, the time of sahur, I found some friends. I told them sahur, like
yes.
What's what you talking about? I'm talking about time of sahur. Go to have your sahur, bro. It's a wonderful moment, sir, to have Ramadan there.
Okay, so the most interesting thing Ramadan Indonesia is about sahur, Mr. Musab.
Yeah, about sahur, right? Because it's famous song. Yes,
that's true. Because every children, we're gonna scream out loud sahur while hitting a bottle plastic.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very interesting too.
Very interesting.
Right. Okay. Thank you so much for sharing your thought, Mr. Musab.
Yeah, welcome.
Okay. So there's one question actually. So the first question is actually like, do you think the political situation in Libya affect how Libyan people celebrate Ramadan?
Maybe, can you repeat the question?
Okay.
To understand it.
Okay. So do you think the political situation in Libya affect how Libyan people celebrate Ramadan?
Oh, no. It's not.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not. The political is part, and the people is another part. So it's
Okay.
different. Different with the news, I think.
Okay. So it's like a different part. So it doesn't affect anything in Ramadan. Then.
Yes, right.
Okay. So the second question. Is there any working hours adjustment in Libya during Ramadan? Is there any working hours
Sorry?
adjustment? Is there any
What?
working hours adjustment? Working hours adjustment in Libya
Yes.
during Ramadan?
Yeah. During Ramadan, that the Libyan going to their works at, I think, 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock, maybe half hours. But after that, the Libyan going to make, there's a specific works like it's cleaning the streets, cleaning, maybe buying the walls like this. It's by themselves. Yeah, right. Just
Okay.
this.
Okay. So the next question we have in a chat box from Incastulis Unica. Do you also have family gathering when you break your fast?
For me?
Sorry?
Yes. I'm sitting with my family also. Yeah, right. Now, last year, in start of last year, I get married. Okay. So this year I have a son, alhamdulillah. So that's sitting together, right? But not sitting together, just me and my wife and my son. No, I go to my father's house to have breakfast with my brothers, sisters, mother. Yes, like this.
Okay, so the answer is you do have a family gathering when you break your fast.
Yeah, right. Yes.
With your wife, with your son, with your father, with your mother, of course.
Yeah, right. Yes, of course, 100%. Yes.
Yes. Okay. So thank you so much, Mr. Musa, for the second session today. Thank you for the participant who has already asked a question. Yes. Thank you very much.
Yeah, welcome.
All right.
Sorry for interrupts, right?
Yes, you may.
Sorry for interrupts.
Okay, it's okay. Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Musa. Let's give applause for Mr. Musab and his session. Okay, so right now it's time for us to move to the third session. The third session, we have our third speaker for today. She is Miss Rizky Adi Yanwasari from Kokushinkan University, Tokyo, Japan. So without further ado, Miss Rizky Adi, the time is yours.
Thank you very much, Miss Erin. So let me prepare for the slideshow. Because the internet here a bit fluctuates, so whenever you find distraction in my voice or my video, please, Miss Erin, notify me.
Yes, okay.
So here it is my presentation. Can you see it clearly?
Yes, we can see
it
clearly.
Great.
You can make it full screen, maybe.
Okay, sure. Wait a minute. Wait. Slideshow. Release and sorry to make you wait. So here we go. Thank you very much for inviting me to share about my Ramadan experiences here. Well, good afternoon, everyone. So before I would like to present my presentation today, I would like to make a disclaimer that what I am going to present today is almost or 89% is based on my personal experiences and also maybe mixed with my personal impression. So it will be significantly different to those other Indonesian Muslim living in Japan or other Muslim who lives in Japan. So it's it's significantly different. Why? Because I'm here, not only I'm enrolled as a PhD student in Kokushikan University, but also because I do several part-time jobs for my daily life. That's why the interaction I have with Japanese people here is not limited to those educated Japanese people, well-informed Japanese people, or those Japanese people who have who are familiar with Islam or Indonesia. And that's why my interaction with Japanese people also I have interaction with Japanese people who do not have any clue at all about Muslim or Indonesia. That's why I suggest you to be wise in taking the information in my presentation and not to make any assumptions or any bad impression about the Japanese society based on my presentation. So here we go. This is tempe. No relation at all. So Ramadan this year falls in the late spring here in Japan. We do fasting for around 14 until 15 hours. So it's almost the same with Indonesia, with the average temperature like 10 until 19 degrees Celsius. So it's a very comfortable time to do fasting here, because it's the most comfortable time to do fasting during my stay in Japan, because in the last 8 years, I live in Japan. Usually Ramadan falls in the summer in a very high temperature and a very high humidity in Japan. So it's a very crazy time, but this year I'm very lucky. Next, sorry. So how do we practice our Ramadan ritual is because the fact that Islam become the minority in Japan, although the Islamic population is increasing, but still we are minority. And then because Muslim in Japan comes from various nationality and ethnicity, lifestyle, and also sects, religious sects. That's why it is very uncommon for Japanese people to meet Muslim community in a big group united together. It's very rare for them. So still they are not accustomed with Muslim or Islam. And also because, and yes, we have Indonesian Muslim community, but it's still very small and we are not yet developed, because whenever we are going to establish or build building for mosque, a place for gathering, for prayer, we always face with difficulties of renting the space for the mosque, because the rental cost is very high, and then because we have to pass a very strict regulations, and also because it's very difficult to us to build or establish a mosque in a single building, like separated with other buildings. That's why usually Indonesian Muslim community try to rent room in an apartment. That's why they will mix with other Japanese people, with the neighborhood. And also Japanese people is basically very sensitive to noise, crowd, and religious activity, and also with foreigners. That's why it's a bit difficult for Indonesian Muslim to establish a mosque or a small mosque for gathering together. And also because in Japan, Indonesian tends to live separately. That's why it is very difficult for us to gather together and practice the Ramadan ritual together, for example, like Tarawih. And for me, the solution is that I have to join the nearest Muslim community in my area. And this is Tokyo Jami Mosque. I think most Indonesian have heard about this mosque because Syahrini and also that husband, whoever Barak's weddings took place in this place. But again, we have no relation at all with this presentation. So usually for doing my Tarawih prayer and also for Eid al-Fitri prayer, I joined this Turkish Community Center mosque, which is located like 29 kilometers. I I usually go with train and also by walking. And actually, Indonesian embassy also provide some space for Tarawih prayer and also Eid al-Fitr, but because the place is far away from my apartment, that's why I prefer this mosque. So this mosque also open for the zakat fitrah, but still because I still send my zakat fitrah to, I don't know what is in English, so I just write zakat fitrah. So usually I send zakat fitrah to my home country, to Indonesia, because I believe my neighborhood needs the zakat fitrah better than Japanese people here. And then what's the unique things here in this mosque is that they prepare free iftar dinner for everyone. They prepare Turkish Ramadan specialty, but I'm afraid I'm not a fan of that food. But this has to stop for the last 2 years because of the coronavirus. But the good news is that this year they open again the free iftar dinner, and they also welcome non-believer, but with reservation. So they welcome all Japanese people who have interest to Islam or Muslim, or only they have interest to mosque only, or they also open for Japanese people who just want to take a free dinner. Next, so what is Ramadan? What is Ramadan specialty in Japan? For me, as an Indonesian, actually, I feel like Ramadan here in Japan is not different to any days. So there is no significant differences here celebrating Ramadan. So I cannot feel Ramadan vibes. I cannot hear the azan, etc., etc. But me and my friends and Indonesian community tries to recreate the Indonesian Ramadan vibes by preparing the legendary opor ayam and kolak. I also don't know what is it in English, so I just write down as it is. And also we try together and make an Eid al-Fitr celebration, usually in our senior place. We are following the Japanese tradition. We usually visit the elder, but this time we visit the senior. And some of Indonesian may invite Japanese friends and colleagues to enjoy the celebration of Eid al-Fitr together, but still it's not common because of the friendship pattern and because we as Indonesian a little bit concerned about their food allergic and also their hygiene concerns. But still some people do that, invite Japanese friends. Oh, wait. So here is one of the picture I have with my Indonesian friends in Japan while we are celebrating Eid al-Fitr together. So here is the highlight today. Actually, the highlight of my presentation will be Japanese society's response to Ramadan, especially fasting here. So generally, as a government, they respect, they tolerate, they welcome very much the Muslim community who lives in Japan. Here is the example of the Tokyo mayor, Mrs. Yuriko Koike. She always opens iftar dinner for Muslim countries' representatives since 2004, but that's before coronavirus. That's just an expression of welcoming Muslim community in Japan. And also because since 2014, if I'm mistaken, Japan has been trying to target Muslim markets, Muslim countries' markets in tourism by promoting halal food productions and creating Muslim-friendly spaces. And it was a big success. Like, for example, before coronavirus, thousands of Indonesian tourists are coming to Japan. That's why Japanese government tried to create Japan into Muslim-friendly country. And also they try to educate their own people, utilize the media to portray Islam image, because they have a very bad impression about the Muslim, because in 2015, there were 2 Japanese reporters that were beheaded by ISIS. Since then, they have a very bad impression. That's why Japanese government tried to recreate a good image about Islam and Muslim. And then in university, in educational spaces, for Japanese people who are familiar with Islam, usually this is what I experience in my university. Whenever we have meetings or conference, which includes meals, usually they try to tolerate, they understand that we are in Ramadan, that we are fasting. So they try to organize the schedule so that it will fit our iftar dinner time. And then in my university also, they provide a very small space, I can say, in a student lounge for prayer. But although it's small, I appreciate that because it's a big effort for them to provide a small space for us to pray. But we cannot do Tarawih prayer there. We are not allowed to do Tarawih prayer in the university. And they are very tolerant. Some of my professors who are familiar with Indonesia and Muslim even try to finish the class earlier because they are afraid that we may faint. Of course, it's only joking. Of course, they only try to make excuse. But still, although they are very tolerant, although they understand our obligation as a Muslim to do fasting, still, this is the phrase I keep hearing from them is Murisinaide, meaning that you have to know your limit. Don't force yourself, something like that. Because here, for them, fasting does not make sense. Because for Japanese people, they have a very unique formula, very scientific formula, that to be success in your life, to live a physically or mentally healthy life, we have to take our proper nutritious meals, and also we have to take enough sleeping. And yes, actually fasting exists. Fasting is introduced in their religion, Shinto and Buddhism, but usually it is limited only to the priest and the monk. So common people will not do fasting. And also, actually in the word fasting itself in Japan consists of two kanji letters. This is danjiki. Dan means decline, reject, or prohibit. And shoku, or here we pronounce jiki, means meal or food. So they do fasting, which prohibit them for eating, but still they take the water intake, they still drink. So whenever they know about Islamic fasting system without food or drink in that long duration, for them, they think they may die. And very unfortunately, there are still some of Japanese people who are not familiar with Islam and also Muslim. So they usually it happens in the working environments, especially in the working area where they require focus, energy, and also strength. Usually they tend to discourage Muslim workers to practice fasting. So although in some places they let them to fast, but still they don't really like it because they believe that if you starve yourself, you will lose your focus, you will lose your energy, you will lose your strength, which means it will result in your your work result will be degrade. So it means that if you starve yourself, you will harm not only for yourself, but you will also harm the surroundings, and it will ruin the working plans. Because as you know, working environments, working culture for Japanese people is another level of the world. It's like, I think working is their religion, because that's why they cannot accept, actually they cannot accept fasting. And this is the worst cases. In some cases, they even will accept workers only if the candidates agree to some terms and conditions, which include not fasting during the working hours. Well, although some of them have a very bad impression about fasting, not unfavorable response about fasting, they still actually respect our perseverance that we keep fasting, although our God is Indonesia. So they believe when we come to Japan, we leave our God in Indonesia. They believe that our God will not see us. So they respect us for our perseverance in doing fasting. But that's not a joke. So that's all my presentation today. Thank you very much for your attention. And back to Miss Erin. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you very much, Miss Rizky Adi, for the third session today. So there are actually like a lot of things that has been shared by Miss Adi, talking about Ramadan in Japan, yeah, Miss Rizky Adi.
Exactly.
Okay, so it's time for us to go to the question and answer session, talking about the third session for today. So there's actually one question that I want to ask Ms. Rizky Adi.
Sure.
So how was you adapt for the first time having Ramadan time in Japan, related with the weather there and the situation? How
Well,
was
actually,
it?
for the first year, when I came to Japan, it was like 2014, and it was Ramadan fall in the peak summer. The humidity is crazy and the temperature is also crazy, but still, because the first year I came to Japan, my enthusiasm to still practice my fasting is still high. That's why at that time it doesn't really matter. And because I'm already accustomed with fasting, so well, so far so good, although I'm a bit jealous whenever someone walking past by me with very fresh juice or something like that.
Right.
But so far so good. Everything is fine.
Okay, so there's actually not a big deal for you, yeah, Miss Rizky?
Yep.
Oh, you were there. Okay, so there's a question from Mr. Musa. How many hours of fasting in Japan?
So luckily, because this year Ramadan falls in spring, so we just do fasting for 14 until 15 hours. But in the peak of summer, it can be like 16 or more hours. So we start fasting from 3 in the morning, 3 a.m. and then we break our fasting around 7:30, something like that.
Okay, it's actually, you're right. There are some variations talking about how many hours fasting in Japan. Depends on the summer, spring, the season itself, right, Ms. Rizky? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so there's another question from our participant called Riza. So hello, Miss Adi. Is there a place that you always visit during Ramadan, or your favorite place during Ramadan?
Well, actually, there is no specific place that I always visit during Ramadan, but my senior house is a must. It's a way to respect the elder. It's following the tradition of my Japanese culture. So visiting my senior is a must. And also my favorite place during Ramadan is, of course, my apartment. Very nice, comfortable to sleep. No. Usually I don't make a special trip during Ramadan because I'm fasting. So no. But maybe Indonesian restaurant for break fasting together with friends. But other than that, no special place.
Okay, the most special is your apartment.
Yep,
Super
very
duper
comfortable.
fast. Yes, very comfortable, very homey. Yeah.
Yep.
So you cook your own food, or you buy it from a restaurant?
Yes, actually, I cook a very simple dishes for myself. So I just throw away some vegetables in water, boiling water, and voila, it's done.
So vegetables and a boiling water.
Yes.
Okay, so that's such a healthy meal, yeah, Miss Rizky?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so thank you so much, Miss Rizky, for the answer. And there's another question. So what kind of tolerance that the Japanese people show when interacting with Muslim people during Ramadan, according to your experience?
Oh, so I've already explained before that I have 2 experiences inside the educational circle, and also in the circle where they are not familiar with Islam. So for example, in the for the university or educational circle, they are quite okay, very tolerant, very nice, no problem. But for those who are not familiar with Islam or Muslim, they are, let's say, making jokes about, it's okay, you just stop your fasting because your God will not see that, something like that. But I am not insulted because I know that they don't know about Islam and they are not yet having a better understanding. That's why I try to represent myself as a good Islam, just to give them a better understanding that, well, here it is, an example of Islam, which is not perfect, but let's say good enough, something like that.
Okay, that's such a great answer that has been shared by Ms. Rizky. And we have another question from Mr. Musa. So do you have a breakfast alone or with some friends?
I would love to have some friends to have a breakfast with me, but unfortunately, Indonesian here or foreigner here, or mostly people here, tend to live separately, alone. So until now, I have my breakfast alone. Just a cup of coffee. That's enough for me for breakfast.
Okay, just a cup of coffee alone in your apartment.
Yes.
Yes, that's right. Okay, so there's another question from Mrs. Angelica Riandari. So what do you miss the most from Indonesian Ramadan?
Oh my God, it's everything. You know, the atmosphere, I cannot forget that, because it's just, the vibe is significantly different whenever Ramadan comes in Indonesia. Like previously, Mr. Musab explains, children's like yelling, sahur, sahur. That's what I miss the most. And then gathering with family together, getting close with family, having a warm Ramadan, that's what I miss the most. And also the food, although we can make by ourselves here, still the taste is different. I need bakso with borak.
Okay. Okay, the thing that you miss the most is sahur.
Yeah, everything. The culture.
Yes, it's pretty similar with Mr. Musab. Mr. Musab favorite thing is sahur in Indonesia. And then the second one, you miss bakso with boraks.
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
It has to be formal inside.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's not delicious.
Okay, so it has to be formal inside because it's delicious because of it. Okay. Okay, that's very interesting. All right, so I think that's all for the question and answer session for the third session today. Thank you so much, Ms. Rizky Adi, for the third session today. Yes, it is such an interesting thing that she has shared to all of us today. So once again, thank you for all of the speakers today. I would like to say thank you for the first speaker. We have Ms. Nur Alifah Ilyana binti Morsarihan, thank you very much. And we would like to say thank you for Mr. Musab El Nefati. And also, last but not least, thank you very much for Ms. Rizky Adi Yanwa Sari for the sessions today. Okay, so thank you. And right now, dear ladies and gentlemen, I would like to inform to all of you here that is actually we have already prepared something special. So to the name that I call right now, in case Liz Unica and also Risa, we're gonna get a special gift from us. So make sure that in case Liz underscore Unica and Risa is stay in here because our committee will gonna reach you out through the data that you have given to us, because we have already prepared something special to the participants who asked a questions in the chat box. Okay, so congratulations to Incaslis underscore Unica and also Risa, because you both are going to get a gift from the committee. And the committee will gonna reach you out through the data that you have given to us. Okay, so thank you once again and congratulations to the winners for the question and answer session today. And dear ladies and gentlemen, Right now, it's time for us to do the next session. So just like what Isabella just shared in the chat box, so we have like an evaluation form that you must fill. So dear ladies and gentlemen, in order to get a certificate, you must fill the form that we just sent in the chat box. So you must fill it first before you're going to get the certificate. That's very important. That's because of we need the data from you to make the certificate. So once again, I would like to inform you can fill the form to get the certificate. You can click the link in the chat box to access and to fill the evaluation form. Okay, that's my information. And right now, yes, and right now it's time for us to hear a closing remark by Mrs. Riana Permatasari, MA, MPD, as the head of Office of International Affairs at Unisula. So without further ado, Mrs. Riana Permatasari, the time is yours.
Okay, thank you very much for the chance given to me. Well, thank you everyone. I'd like to greet first.
Miss.
Hello, Musab. Okay. Well, first of all, I'd like to greet Miss Angelica Riandari as the director of.
Miss Riana.
Yeah, hello. Nice to see you again after years. So, yeah.
Yeah, please, I want to explain this time to thank that the international office of Unisula, and I want to give my high regards to Emma, to Rio, to you, to all of the team in international office in our mate university on Unisula. So this is from Libya, from Tripoli. It's high regards to you. Thank you so much what you give it to me. Thank you so much.
Our pleasure, Musab, and we would be very happy if you come to Unisula again and meet us and do something great together again. Okay, thank you very much. Well, first of all, I'd like to thank all of the speakers today. Thank you very much for sharing your experiences with us so we can know better about how you experience and how you do fasting there. And it enriches our knowledge about other culture as well. Well, thank you again for the speakers. And then the second one is I'd like to thank for all the participants joining this event, including the first series as well as the second one today. And hopefully you got benefits from this event in terms of enriching your values as a person, because learning other cultures, learning diversity is actually enriching our values, because we will not be trapped in our own perspective. We will have broader knowledge about other people, about other countries, about other cultures, and it makes us more tolerant to other people with different backgrounds. Hopefully, this event really gives you benefits in terms of that. And then in addition, I would like also highlight what Bu Angelica said at the beginning of today's session. She highlighted about the peace, the tolerance, and also diversity. I believe and I agree that peace will begin with tolerance and also respect for everyone. Because in this world, we live with other people from many different cultures, many different backgrounds, many different religions. If we only see the world based on our perspective, we cannot reach what we want to have in this world, the peace itself. So there is one saying that we actually see the world not based on the world as it is, but based on what we uphold or who we are actually. So I agree with her, and hopefully after joining this session, we will be more tolerant and we can embrace the diversity itself. And I would like to include what Maya Angelou statement. I love her so much because I'm from English literature, so I love her books. He in her work, she stated that in diversity there is beauty, there is strength. So actually what divides us is not the diversity itself, but how we look at the diversity, or how we look at the diversity or the differences. So hopefully this event, we can conduct it annually, hopefully, with Sukiya Pranoto Catholic University as well as UNS. And the last point is that I would like to extend my gratitude to all the committee who have worked very hard during the program, starting from the planning and then now at the session. And after this session also, you still work after this, like sending the certificate and many other things related to that. Thank you so much for all the hard work. I really appreciate the hard work from the committee. And hopefully for Sukiya Pranoto Catholic University as well as UNS, we can collaborate again in the next future with other beneficial program for all of us. And also we can think about conducting this kind of events annually, hopefully, if we can do this and reach more people in the next year. Thank you very much for all of you, and hopefully everyone stay safe. And in this very difficult time, we're still facing this kind of pandemic. Hopefully everyone will always be happy, because being happy is now very important, right? And then healthy, and hopefully we can meet again in the next event. Thank you very much, everyone. I'm so sorry on behalf of the committee if there is any errors during the program. We would like to apologize, and hopefully you enjoy this event. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, so thank you so much, Mrs. Riana Permatasari, MA MPD, as the head of Office of International Affairs at Unisula, for the closing remarks. Okay, so I would like to say special thanks to our great collaboration partner. So I'm gonna call it one by one. The first one, we would like to say thank you for Mrs. Isabella Milasari from Sugio Pranoto Catholic University. And then the next one, we would like to say thank you for Miss Safitri Boneo Paula Karisma from UNS International Office. And last but not least, we would like to say thank you for Mr. Rio Luhung Pribadi from Office of International Affairs at Unisula, who have already arranged today's event. So thank you so much for all of you, the committee, for arranging this event. And dear ladies and gentlemen, finally we have reached the end of today's event. So me, Estrina Semeni Harumenitias, and the committee would like to say thank you to all of the participants and also our honorable guests and speakers for today. We would like to say sorry too if there are any mistakes, and that's all for today. Stay healthy, stay happy, and see you in another event. Bye.
See you, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you very much for coming.
Yes, thank you.
See you next time.
Yes.
Thank you.
See you. See you next time.